We are live.
We are live. All right, everybody. Welcome to a tapered down version of the KLK Save It for the Pod, episode 5. We'll get into it in a minute, but there's a reason Bob is not here. He says it's vacation, but it might be something else. And John, who knows what the hell happened to him. Sam, how are you?
I'm wonderful. I'm excited for our version of the Dad Pod.
Dad Pod. We might have to add a little parent corner at the end. Steal some from Bill Simmons if you're a Bill Simmons listener.
I'm not. Zach Logan.
Right, never mind that. All right, we'll let it roll then. All right, let's jump in. I think we'll be able to keep a good pace, but I'll let you start us off here with this wonderful deck that you have.
Yeah, we put this one together. Obviously, Bob couldn't be with us today, and we wanted to make sure his take came across. And I think this montage does a really good job of explaining it, right? Anthony Richardson, obviously done for the year, very sad. You root for the guy. He seems like a phenomenal player, potentially a better person. I only see what the media shows me, but it's good. So Anthony, get well, rooting for you. And that's Bob's sentiment from Hollywood. DC, you got a take of the week.
Yeah. You're looking at the two best managers in KLK on this pod right now. I saved that take for us when it was just us two, but look at the past few years. You look at the history of our teams. There's a reason we're always in the top 4 or knocking on the door of the top 4 while these other two are off gallivanting elsewhere. That's my hot take this week. We're 1 and 2 on the board, and I don't see that changing anytime soon.
I am inclined to agree. It's a great take, phenomenal take. My I guess save it for the pod moment came this morning. The news, I don't know how real it is, that the Titans are legitimately shopping Derrick Henry to get him to a contender. RIP. Just want to say thank you. As a Titans fan, Derrick Henry's given me a lot of joy over the last few years, and wishing him the best. I hope he lands in a good spot and gets a ring. He deserves a ring. I just hope it doesn't fuck over my fantasy.
Here's Bob saying.
Yes, that's perfect.
My rebuttal here will be, what have you done in the past couple of years? You lost in the first round. You lost in the title game. I guess Hawk did.
Who did you lose to in the first round?
I'm the only 2-timer here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going to give it to Hawk until we see otherwise. So get that out of here. We can move on here.
Yeah.
All right. Best ball review. I'll let you kick it off, and then obviously I'll jump in and hit on that screenshot a little bit.
Yeah. So obviously, just want to give a big shout out to Jan for just being goated. 27% is fucking phenomenal.
Unreal.
You have me and Bob pretty much at where we're supposed to be. I'm a little lower than what you're supposed to be as far as advance rate. Bob is probably right at the average. And then DC, you're killing it. Talk to it.
Tasted glory for a brief moment this weekend after, I think it was just after the 1:00 games. I was first out of 650,000 teams, something along those lines. There was a brief moment where I probably had the best ball team in America, which is pretty cool. I ended the weekend third, which is wild, and we'll see if it lasts. We're going to learn if bye weeks matter. That team has Tua and Hurts, who are both on bye in week 10. But the team is healthy. It has a lot of pop players between Mostert, ETN rolling, Tyreek Hill's on that team. And a couple of interesting notes, it has Kyle Pitts, who's finally getting going. If that can be consistent and I can have a tight end, that's huge because the tight end really hasn't done much for me on this team in spite of the high score. And then I have a guy like Jerome Ford. It was a 5 running back build, and I got Ford where I got lucky that he is now the guy getting most of the work in Cleveland. So a lot of luck goes into this, but when you're doing almost 150 teams, you hope to get one like this that's in the hunt. So That's all I can hope for is to stay in the hunt here throughout the rest of the regular season. But also just trying to enjoy the ride while I can. Like it's fun to see my username at the top.
Yeah, absolutely awesome. I hope for our sake that you get it as well, man. Worst case scenario, you can grab a pretty solid vacation out of this team, hopefully. That'd be nice.
That would be pay off some student loans, things like that if this holds. But we'll save that. It's only going into week 7, so a lot of time to go. But it's been fun so far. We're starting to see things settle out a little bit. As you know, I don't know about your teams, but a couple of my teams are starting to like. There's a 4 to 5 that are pretty much holding steady within the top 10K right now.
Yeah, I don't have that luxury. I think I got 2 teams in the top 10K, maybe 3. I have a lot of teams that are middling right around that 700, 720, 750 range. Like that 500K is a nice vacation to Hawk, man of the people. What a dick.
I mean, he did say winning the main $3 million prize wouldn't be life-changing. So, 500K is chump change.
Anyway,
yeah, we'll move on from that. But did you see the tweet? A guy has 16 teams in the top 10,000 right now.
That's phenomenal. Good for you.
There's a guy. I forget his name. He must just have like 30 to 40% Dolphins exposure or something like that.
Yeah, heavy Dolphins or, just –
heavy Dolphins, heavy Eagles, something like that, but just wild.
Probably heavy Bears or heavy DJ Moore at least over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, probably DJ for sure. I think DJ's up there. AJ Brown, I think, is like wide receiver 5. But anyway, that's it for best ball. It's still early. Enjoying this ride. Keep riding that 25% plus. I don't know how you do it. If he holds advance rate above ours 2 years in a row, I think the learning is like, fuck our opinions, just follow ADP and take value because I'm pretty sure that's how he drafts. And clearly it works.
I'm just going to write him a check.
Hey, that's not
say, hey, bro.
Just shh. We won't say that out loud, but yeah. All right, this is you. Power ranking.
Hey, power ranking.
So KLK, the important stuff, KLK.
Yeah. Top 2 managers here to talk through the league that we dominate. So you have not a lot of change. I gave Bob flowers to get back to where he frankly should have been all along. Like it was a bit to put him at 10. But the top 2 stay steady. I mean, DC is at 4 weeks in a row high score?
Yeah, and I was looking. I have 80 points more than the second high score right now. So last week was weird. Everybody was low, but I'm rolling right now. Even
is Gouda still the second high score?
I believe so.
Yeah, he's got me by a few points.
Yeah,
more than a few.
He's in trouble.
He's in trouble.
We'll get there.
Yeah,
we'll get there.
So top 2. I think Henry kind of saved me this week. SGR +4, baby. Yeah, it's
talk your shit, Bob. That was a great win.
Talk your shit. Great win. Agreed. Greg filling out the playoffs right now. John had a really great week. I think he was the second highest score, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, he was. And unfortunately ran into me, which, I only put up 115, which was not anything crazy, but that's why we had the meeting. He was talking about selling, and now he's 3 games out of a playoff spot when we get 2 games a week. Yep.
So, I think, frankly speaking, like I just view Paul as not a playoff team. I know he's 7-5 and he's technically there, but he's not a playoff team.
Yeah. He has currently with like the Aaron Jones and Herbert injuries, I think he has the worst running back room in the history of this league. And that's saying something considering the other man on this call with me right now.
Hey, for the record, Antonio Andrews, Sean Drone, and Tim Hightower coming out of retirement won me a title. So
I know. I'm just saying he started 2 guys in the same backfield, in a backfield that you don't want to start one guy. I'm just
one guy. Yeah.
I'm not trying to harp on Paul, but I'm with you. I don't think he holds that 4 spot much longer.
It was just, it's more so the lack of motivation to make a move. Like he saw Greg have a mediocre Thursday night and he's like, you know what? I don't need to do anything. And he's not thinking about this league in terms of being a top 5 scorer each week. And that's going to fucking kill him.
In his defense, I think it takes everybody a year to warm up to KLK. Because I don't think when people join this league, they necessarily realize how aggressive you need to be.
That was a great comment there. Highlight that. Yeah, I bet he does.
Hightower still gives me nightmares too, Bob, and I wasn't even in that game. It gives Hawk a title to talk shit about.
Tim
I just
Hightower,
think, I think it's
genius.
It takes time. Like you look at it, it's the teams that win in this league are not regular teams, which is why it's so weird that like Gutta it's changed. But like looking at me and Gutta, like we didn't really need to make moves with how the season started, and that's rare. Usually you have to get like an absolute juggernaut to win. But yeah, Paul's going to fall out, I think.
Yeah, I agree. And then Shanker finally showed his true colors this week. I think just that mid, 6th highest score, which he just is phenomenal at.
He scored, hang on, what was his total this week?
89.94. He was the 6th highest score.
With 32 from Mostert.
32 from Mostert, yeah.
Take that away, he's in the 50s. That's crazy. I mean, this team is just
it's garbage.
Mixon, bad pick at the time. Smith, hopefully, for my top BBM team's sake, turns it around a little bit.
He had 11
Debo's hurt, but Debo's also the 2nd best wide receiver on that team and maybe the 4th weapon.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know we're not going team by team here. I think my biggest takeaways from looking at these power ranks, which I think are fair, I think depending on the severity of CMC's injury, 3 and 4 might be up for grabs right now. I think 4 is there are probably 4 or 5 teams who could grab that spot. And if CMC misses 2 to 3 weeks, which I don't think he's going to, Gutta might be in a little bit of trouble too.
Yeah, they're saying chance to play.
So yeah, Gutta will be fine. Lock in those top 3 then for now.
We'll get into the matchup of the week, but he's getting a buzzsaw this week. I'm coming out firing, and then it's not like his schedule gets much easier. He's also had a relatively soft schedule. He's going to get a excited Rob team, and then then he gets.
Oh, I can't move on without giving Bob shit for selling a week too soon.
Oh, that was great.
You'd probably be 4th on these power ranks if you started to pick up on your roster.
Mm-hmm.
Just going to throw that out there while you're still watching. But yeah, that's good power ranks. I got no qualms. I think everybody is where they should be. I might have Bob over John, but we'll see how that pans out in the coming weeks.
Yeah, that's fair. For Preddies, go me, Hawk, DC, John, Greg. I guess Bob thinks he's matchup of the week.
I don't know. I'm going to pull up Sleeper right now. We'll get it.
Timbers. Who's he playing this week? Week 7. He plays Cats. He's not match of the week.
You're projected for 72 points.
Yeah, get out of here.
Good accountability. Good accountability. I appreciate
that. I like that. Oh, he's saying those are his picks.
Got
it.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah. So I think
I'm
match
new
for
to
the week.
reading comments. I don't think there's ever been a viewer when I've been on this thing. So sorry about that. All right. You take what's match for the week. Tell me where I'm going.
Well, I think you should probably run it because it's definitely me versus Gouda for a match for the week.
Oh yeah, 100%. All right, let's dive in here.
Can we make this bigger?
Battle.
There we go.
Oh, hang on. Let me get in the middle ground there. There we go. That looks better, right?
That looks perfect.
All right. So, matchup of the week for KOK this week. We have the first place squad versus third place squad. Our former commissioner versus Gutta, the Young Money rapper. This will be a fun one. I don't know what's up with sleeper projections. Do you guys both have people on bye? Is that why these are looking so low?
I don't have Justin Fields in, but
okay,
and Henry's on bye.
Henry's on bye. Okay. That tracks, and he doesn't have CMC in right now, so and Brees is on bye. So go through this with a little bit of a grain of salt here. I'm gonna actually assume that he has CMC in for Ford, and just assume he's playing as I go through this. Things obviously might change. Quarterback, battle of the elite game managers. Goff versus Purdy. I mean, these guys are not gonna wow you like Mahomes, or have the skills of an Aaron Rodgers type at his peak. But these guys, I mean, outside of last week in Cleveland with the bad weather for Purdy, are there two hotter quarterbacks in the league right now?
Justin Fields before he got hurt, but yeah, no.
Which is wild. Like, shout out Jared Goff, man. He lost that Super Bowl, and he was written off, I feel like, and just shipped off to Detroit for Matt Stafford, and now he's leading the helm for a potential Super Bowl contender. That being said, looking at these matchups, Baltimore has been okay on defense. There are definitely holes. I mean, Marlon Humphrey got absolutely toasted by George Pickens and Calvin Austin a couple times against a terrible Steelers offense. So you put Ra out there, and he's probably going to eat. But they don't have Montgomery. Gibbs might not play. So I think having a lot of pressure on that passing game might impact the Lions, whereas Purdy gets Minnesota, who has been just trash. It's indoors. Obviously, if Debo and CMC miss the game, that's a factor here. But first gut call, I think CMC plays, and I'm going to go with Purdy here. Slight edge. Don't think it'll be a deciding factor. Running back, I'm going to assume it's CMC and Taylor versus Jacobs and Robinson. Love your matchups with Chicago and the Giants for your backs, even though Brian Robinson feels like he's slowed down a little bit. But fun fact, I saw a tweet. He only has 3 less points in half-point PPR than Bijan Robinson this year. Probably more commentary on Bijan. But and then you have CMC, who is the goated RB1, again, in Minnesota. If he goes, Taylor against Cleveland, when Taylor's still splitting snaps, so I really don't like that. I'm going to lean you here. I think there's a chance it's a really big Jacobs week. Robinson falls into the end zone. Even if CMC goes, he'll obviously have a big game, but I just don't see it for Taylor yet. I don't think he's back. I don't think Indy thinks he's back, and they're still feeding Zach Moss. I mean, what did he have? If my Wi-Fi will load, we can look at his.
Snap share is 42% snap share, 8 carries, 19 yards. He's averaging less than 3 yards a carry on the season so far.
Yeah, he's not there. He got the work in the receiving game last week, but like, this is also against Cleveland, who might be the best defense in the league. Their front seven is scary. It's going to be a slow game, so he's not going to get that passing game work. So yeah, I'm giving you the nod at running back, in spite of the like brand name difference. Wide receiver, man, God, his team looks rough without Jettis here, man. Tyreek Hill and Devontae Adams versus DK and Puka. I love Puka. DK, it gets the Cardinals, but this isn't close, man. It's you in a landslide here, I think. I know Adams seemingly has slowed down a little bit and is a little bit banged up. Yeah, only 6 and 3 points the past 2 weeks, but he's going to get right. He's Devontae Adams, and the Bears suck. So that matchup is great. And I know – whoa, where did we go there? I know Philly's defense is good, but it's Tyreek Hill, man. This guy is like – he's borderline reaching like AB levels of unstoppable. AB did it for like 6 years in a row, which made AB probably the best receiver I've ever witnessed in my lifetime. But Hill is just, I mean, dude's on another level. This one's you. Wide receivers go to you. Tight end, Pitts, is it real? I'll ask you, is it real?
I think it is. I mean, look, I've watched way too much Falcons football over the last 2 years because of this man. They're giving him the ball. He has the last 4 weeks, he has one game with that 4 target game, but 9, 11, 6, like those are real target shares. They're trying to get him the ball, and he's still the best athlete on the field most of the time.
Yeah, it's fascinating that he's only getting 50% of snaps. It doesn't make sense to me. I mean, it's the Arthur Smith conundrum. Like, he talks about not buying into draft capital, but all that nonsense, like just playing the guys he wants to play. My response to him would be, okay, then why did you draft a tight end in the top 10, a wide receiver in the first round, and then a running back in the top, 7 or top 5 for Bijan? Like, why draft those guys if you're not going to give them the bulk of the work to win you games? Like, that's the whole point of taking them that high. Anyways, I'm with you. Pitts is back. Laporta got banged up.
He's still so elite.
Coming off the hype, had a little bit of a lower game against Tampa Bay, but purely based on snap rate and consistency this year, I'm going Laporta here, especially without Montgomery. I think we're going to see a lot of what we saw in the second half for Detroit, where Ra is just peppered with short targets. I think Laporta is going to get some of that work as well this week. So give me Laporta there. DJ Moore versus Ayuk. This is fun, man. This is like two elite wideouts who don't get their credit. Both great players, both with good matchups. I'm partial to Ayuk mainly because Fields isn't going to play, or at least it's trending that way. So I don't know if you can trust DJ Moore with, what is it, Taylor Sargent or something.
Tyson Bagent.
Tyson Bagent. See, I don't even know the guy's name. Sorry, Tyson. But it's Ayuk. I think Ayuk without Debo is probably a top 10 wide receiver play this week.
I am actually thinking about starting Deontay this week with Nico on bye. Nico would be a lock for me this week if the Texans weren't on bye, but I think starting Deontay is definitely possible. He's on my IR, so you can't see him.
Okay. Who do they play this week? I know I should know that, but the Rams.
Well, they play the Rams, yeah.
Power to you if you are trusting anybody in the Steelers offense right now. Shout out T-Bag, Tyson Bagent. T-Bag!
Oh, now you know his name.
Well, because you reminded me. Either way, I'm taking Ayuk, whether you go DJ or Deontay.
You should take Ayuk. Debo's not going to play, so Ayuk's going to have it.
And then defense here. I'll be curious to see if you guys hold these plays. The Steelers are going to let up yards, but they're probably going to get some sacks and maybe score a touchdown too. And then Kansas City's been good. The Chargers kind of stink. I think it's probably a coaching thing, but I'm going to call defense a push. Overall, I'm taking you. I think Gutta is going to work with potentially limited CMC if he plays. Taylor's been limited. DK's banged up. I just think without Jefferson and without a full-strength CMC and no Brees, I just think it's too much of an uphill climb. So I'm giving you the win. Who are you taking?
Yeah, I'm also going to take me. I always take me.
Yeah.
The utmost confident in the blackouts, and I have the advantage in this matchup. I do. My backs are better. Goff is going to have a good day. My only fear is that Laporta offsets me on the Goff thing. And then
he might, but I mean, did you watch any of that game last week?
Not much of it, no. Saw a few plays.
When Monty went out, he was just peppered. Like, they were just getting him the ball in space. So I think we see more of that.
He's so good.
He's very good.
Definitely worth an 8th round pick.
100%. Bob has you as well. I don't know if we get John's picks anymore.
Bob. Yeah, we don't get John's picks. He's out.
John, you're taking, I don't know, Anthony Richardson or something.
All right, who do we want to do next? What are we thinking?
I'm just going to go down the view
list.
that I have, so you can just you take this one because it's me.
All right, cool.
And we can go quick, probably.
Yeah, I think we can just move right through this. So Allen's going to get the Pats, who are middling. Tua does get a little bit of a tougher matchup, but Miami's offense is just fucking insane, dude.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say that's a draw. I'm going to actually give that.
That's fair. Allen's banged up. Totally fair.
Yeah. And then we have Etienne Pacheco's versus Jones and Cook. I am going to take DC here. Etienne short week. Trev is questionable at best. They're going to lean on that run game, and he is explosive. He is fun, man. And then
he looks good.
Good.
He looks.
Yeah, I'm happy.
He had a goal line carry and got in from the one. You know who hasn't done that? Tank. He got stuffed a couple times. I think he did score one, but like, I don't know.
Yeah, so I'm going to give that to you. Good. Yeah, I think the Fournette signing did they sign him or they're just working him out in Buffalo?
He didn't even work out.
Wait, he didn't even work out? Okay.
No, I think Damian Harris is maybe not this week, but he's going to be fine.
Oh, thank God. That was scary.
Yeah. I think it was a concussion and like a stinger on his neck. So scary, but I think obviously with everything that happened last year, especially with Buffalo, they're being like ultra safe as they should be.
As they should be. Yeah. I mean, and Aaron Jones just isn't right. I know he's getting a cupcake matchup in Denver, but I don't know if he even plays.
Dude, I think that's just a sidebar. Like a big learning for me next year is just like chill on the rookies. I know some pop, but like most of these rookies this year are missing.
We're gonna get to rookies that pop later in the stream during Guess That Fab because someone is going off this week.
All right, let's roll through these quick here.
Yeah, clearly Diggs and Ridley over Addison and Samuel, Kelsey Andrews. That's a fun one. But I'm going to go Kelsey here. I'm going to go Ra over Mike Thomas. And this would be fun to see as well. It's going to be DC in a pretty bad landslide here. I don't think Paul's going to sniff median. And DC is going to challenge for high score again. So
no Chase and no Lamb just gives Paul a tough hill to climb up this week.
Yeah, he's not going to get there. Next up, what do we got? Brownouts versus Brandon. So Greg's still projected to win. He's not even starting a running back right now or a defense. He's got a lot of folks out this week.
I was with Brandon last week. He was opining on missing the draft and how he was so pumped to have all of his picks and then just forgot. And just it's.
Does he know that the league's happening right now? Does he know that we're in the football season?
He's aware. We talked about. I tried to ideate some trades for him, but similar to how we all feel, there's nothing he can do. He has no.
He could trade Herbert. Herbert's a legitimate asset.
He could trade, but he might want to keep Herbert. Anyways.
Yeah.
Roll through this.
Yeah. So Mahomes, Mahomes is going to win that one. This is just can we have nobody win? I guess Cup and Allen might outscore the entire freaking team on Brandon's side. I'm going to take Greg, but it's going to be an ugly win. I don't think either of these guys get median.
So I'm taking Brandon. I think it's going to be an upset. I think Greg without Wilson, without Pierce, Hubbard, Pollard, whoever, all these guys he's missing. I think it could be a Najee falls into the end zone week and Amari Cooper could do something decent in Indy who hasn't been playing great. So, I think it's my upset special. I think Brandon somehow gets a win in an 89 to 76 game, just because Greg is missing so many people.
In reality, he's only missing his running backs. And Garrett Wilson.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, he'd normally. Never mind. It's fine. Let's keep moving.
Yeah, I'm trying to liven it up a little bit here.
Bob took Greg as well.
Yeah. So I gotta get different.
Yeah, I like it. All right, let's move on to Burner versus John. This is gonna be a fun one.
I was gonna say Burner, his team is not bad. He just hasn't Bijan's not really hitting yet. He's RB10, but he hasn't top 19, hasn't hit 20 points, blah, blah, blah. I'll run through this one quick though.
Yeah, go for it.
Lamar versus Hurts. Both of these guys have been underwhelming, I think, so far to date. They've been fine, but you expect so much more for the draft capital you're putting into them, whether it's in best ball, redraft, or keeper. Young kept Hurts as a third rounder, and really kind of he's made some weird decisions out there with some of his interceptions. So
he's still QB2.
I know, but it's like weird. Like he hasn't topped 25 points, or I guess he has against the Rams, but like maybe the expectations are just too high because of how good he was last year.
Yeah.
And I guess Lamar's had a couple big games in here, but the past 2 weeks has struggled. Week 1 he struggled. Another round, it's just like I feel like both of these guys are making some weird throws that have turned into interceptions. And like, Anyway, I think the Sunday night game actually has a better chance of being a track meet with just how good Miami's offense is. So I'm going to take Hurts. I think Lamar will be fine against Detroit, but their defense actually is pretty decent. Running backs, this is really fun. Eckler is back. He didn't look great last week, but second week coming back off an injury should look better. Bijan is playing well. Hopefully he can get the majority of the work. And then Alvin. I mean, Alvin's work has been insane. I was fading him in best ball. That's not looking like a great call. He's getting right back into like typical Alvin Kamara workload here and gets a Thursday night game. But, if he's going to be getting 6 to 10 targets and 15 plus touches, I mean, the chances are he's going to get enough yards and he's going to find the end zone sometimes too. So this is a really fun matchup. Also with Swift being, the guy in Philly. I think I am going to lean. I'm going to lean John here. I think the Tampa Bay matchup is a little tough for Bijan, and that's probably the kicker for me. Wide receiver, also fun. A.J. Brown has been great. Waddle has been middling, but can hopefully get it going. Fun that they're playing against each other. Same with Kirk and Olave. So this is a really fun, just like matchup for you guys. You get to watch it play out in prime time, head to head. Olave, not sure what's going on with him. He kind of got it going a little bit, but has overall been struggling. A.J. Brown has been stellar. It feels like a Devontae game is looming, but who knows? Maybe A.J. is just the guy. Kirk, I feel like, is due for a score, but if T-Law doesn't play, I think he definitely drops down a bit. Same with Christian Kirk. I'm going to lean John here, though. I think A.J. Brown is the best wide receiver here, and Olave has the upside to outscore Waddle and Kirk, too. Tight end, John has just been a turnstile at tight end, subbing in whoever he wants. Kittle, he'll have 5 points and then have his, second blow up at some point. Maybe that's this week if Debo's out. So I'll give the nod to Burner with Kittle. Watson versus Myers. I think Myers is a top 12 wide receiver this year. 14.
Yeah, that's good.
Nice surprising player. He's getting a lot of targets, finding the end zone a little bit. Gets a Chicago matchup that's pretty decent. Watson gets a decent matchup too. But I'm going to go Myers here. I just think more reliable. He's going to get the targets. He's going to have a higher floor, whereas Watson needs kind of a big play to pop, in my opinion. Defense here, I'm going to go Burner with Seattle. Overall, I think this is a close one. I think both get median potentially with just the buys this week. I'm going to go John. I think he gets right here and gets a 2-0 week to really get back into the hunt.
Love that. I am going to go against the grain, and I'm going to take my upset pick of the week.
Burner.
And I'm going to go Burner.
Nice.
I think this is a Bijan game. I think Kamara is going to have a massive game.
I think he could.
Yeah, and I do think T-Law plays, and Kirk is kind of his safety blanket. And I think Kirk has one of those 10, 12 target games and, 8 for 70 with a tutty.
Kirk has 100% been like his go-to guy. I think Ridley's had bigger spike weeks, but definitely has not been quite as consistent as Kirk. The guy to own on that offense is ETN. But all right, cool. Bob has John as well, and then I'm going to just say John has Burner because you know how he does it. He'd probably try and reverse jinx.
Yeah, of course.
Played those games all day in the text group last week when we were playing each other when it was clearly going to be a close game. Yeah. He tried to give up when he still had 3 Philly players to play in primetime. This kind of sucks. I'll let you handle this one.
Yeah, Bob doesn't have a quarterback in. He's going to obviously have to pick someone up. T-Bag has been floated. We'll get to it against that Fab. Versus T-Law, who is, he's banged up. I'm going to go whoever Bob starts. I'm still going to go Lawrence if he plays. If he doesn't play, he has no shortage of options between Love getting a good matchup against Denver. That's probably who I'd go with. So, Jordan Love would be probably an upgrade over Lawrence if Lawrence is too banged up to go. Warren and Walker versus Mostert, and let's assume, my goodness.
Barkley probably.
Oh, yeah, Barkley's in the flex. Okay, yeah, Barkley will obviously be the second running back there. I'm going to go Shanker on running backs as well. Mostert and Barkley outpoint Warren and Walker. Receivers, Devonta, Debo's probably not going to play against JSN London. That's rough, Bob.
Bob, if you're still watching, what are you doing?
This is
wide receiver, man. These decisions.
Play George Pickens this week. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Play Josh Downs. He's been phenomenal. Get out of here with this nonsense. I'm going to go – I don't even care at this point. I'm going Shanker. Musgrave against Hawkinson. I'm going Shanker. And then let's figure out who Shanker's going to play in his flex. I'm going to assume maybe Tyler Lockett. That's who I'd go with. Gets Arizona.
Knowing him, he'll probably start Odell.
Cortland.
But, yeah.
Cortland Sutton. Well, yeah. I think Odell still pays his bills, so – he's got to throw some love. Odell had a really nice catch and run last week against Tennessee. Really,
it's
nice.
Zay and no one else there though right now.
Oh, yeah.
I guess Andrews, but from a wide receiver perspective,
Zay pops on the screen, which is fun to see when you have a rookie doing that. He's going to be worth something in the keeper market. Who has him?
I don't know.
That guy probably would have some interest from a team like mine.
He might be. It's a guy who might be good at drafting wide receivers. Maybe
could be.
Sometimes
could be.
Yeah. Anyway, 2-2 versus. We're gonna go Lockett.
Yeah, we're gonna go Lockett. I'm gonna take.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Lockett there.
Yeah.
Although 2-2 was the third best graded wide receiver by Pro Football Focus in Week 1. I don't know if you knew that.
I mean, the problem is that one target, and now I know. There was was it in the Philly game? There was a game where he was might have been the Philly game. He was inches away from a 70-yard touchdown. But all right, we have Bob's take here.
Yeah, I mean, he's due, but what's his longest target, Bob? Because you're on your computer clearly. You can look this up so we don't have to. What's the longest pass in the air that's gone JSN's way? Because I'm pretty sure it's 7 yards.
While we wait for that stat from Bobby Stats, who you taking?
Give me Shanker. Give me Cats. I'll take Cats.
I think both teams miss median.
I agree. Both teams miss median.
And I'm taking Bob. Shanker's got a curse or something. He's going to end up 4-10 and go on a run here and end up in 6th place or 5th place. And that's what it's going to be.
Have number one pick next year just so he can take Jonathan Taylor, who will have 2 big weeks at the end of the year.
Yep. All right. And that is
be a Raider
for matchups.
Yeah, let's head back to the reviews.
There's a little JSN touch.
He averaged 7-yard PCs from playing. Oh yeah, he broke his hand, right? Or wrist. Yeah, that's the fact that he even is playing. I mean, he's got a bright future. I'm not saying he doesn't. I just don't know that he's a fantasy asset this year. I hope he is. I have him on a couple teams, and I'm a little over saturated with him in best ball. So I'd love for him to be an asset.
I don't think the offenses look great yet, so I would just be concerned overall. All right. Oh, there we can look at how we're doing.
Yeah, I got back to over 500 after a really dismal start.
Yeah, I'm not good at this, but I'm okay with that. Bob is clearly good at this, at least. Maybe next year we allocate like $20 of the buy-in for the best prediction guy. Or we can all like bet $5 or something between the hosts.
Yeah, I would much rather have the signed dollar bill. The apologies for the apology dollar. Give me that.
Nice
Send
seeing
it to my house.
DC in green again every week, though. That's nice.
That's always great. Yeah. Who's this hot guy at the end in green? I don't know.
I don't know. I probably took Schenker just to be a dickhead.
No, but you actually took Schenker because he was supposed to beat me, and then Bob took me to be a dick.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, that tracks. All right. Now the fun stuff, which I have not prepared for, but
yes,
Bob, you gonna participate from chat?
We know who he's putting on number 6.
All right. Do you want to start us off with your boy, or do you want me to give a?
Oh, I'll start us off because how many Fab dollars do I have left? I have $63, so $62 on Zach Evans. It is Zach Evans' season. This is the guy. This is it. Every year we have this one, third, fourth string running back that's always a rookie or in their second year, and they come across and they fucking blow up. And they're the guy you needed to pick up. And that is Zach Evans. And I will be putting way too much money on him. I will be keeping him. He is my guy.
I'm so excited to put $65 on him for the bit. I can't wait. It's gonna be fun because I have $101 left.
I love it. I'll make you run 65 on Evans.
All right, so you're at 63. I'm at 65. Bob is at 69. How much Fab does Bob have left?
Not enough.
It's
Bob
me or John, right?
Yeah. Or Cats.
Or Schenker. Okay.
Or Cats if he wants
Does
them.
he really even put bids in?
No.
Remember when Bob put like $50 on Josh Kelly?
How does Brandon have no money? Who does he spend money on?
Didn't he put like $20 on Hunter Henry?
Oh, he might have.
Yeah, like we can look.
Is Hunter Henry still on his roster? $45.
Yikes! All right. Well, yeah, all right, we're going down to Craig Reynolds. Bob's going to start us off here. $7 for Reynolds. I will go before you because you started us off. I'm going like $3. I just don't see it.
Yeah, I think there are too many running back needy teams this week. I'm going to go with $11 on Craig Reynolds.
Okay. Fair enough.
Remember when you traded 2-2 for Kelly?
And then I traded.
Didn't you get Treylon Burks? Did that deal?
Yes, I have Burks, whose knee is exploded. But anyways, you're not going to keep 2-2, and I got an extra pick to keep both Ra and ETN in the 10th round next year. So I got what I needed. Get out of here with that. Browns defense. I will start us off. I think this could be like a little sneaky, like $10 Fab. They get Indy, Seattle, Arizona coming up. Seattle's a little scary, but they have just been like elite. This defense is scary. They're going to probably get some touchdowns at some point. So I'm going to say $10 on the Browns defense.
Yeah, I like that. I will. I'm going to echo that sentiment. I just think it's going to be a little less. I'm going to go $8.
Bob, we'll wait for your number.
7. Shouldn't have dropped them.
Yo, that should be your new team name.
I shouldn't have dropped
him. That tracks, bro. Forget Team 11. I have commission powers. I'm gonna go change your name.
Do it. Wow.
Julio.
This was a fun one. I'm gonna go $1.
How much Fab does Brandon have left?
$15.
$7 on Julio.
No.
Excuse me.
Fuck me.
You got a Julio number, Bob? All right, let's move on.
Let's just move on. He'll come back.
LA Rams versus a vaunted Matt Canada designed offense. We got a little Julio 0 for Bob, which is probably right.
Yeah, that's what it should be.
I don't know, $4 on Rams defense. Like, have they been great? I know the Steelers offense has sucked, but yeah, the Rams defense hasn't been anything special. They have 2 negative weeks, so I'm gonna say $4.
$0. This is the same situation as the Raiders defense last week. You should not bid money on these guys. Like, if they get picked up, phenomenal, but don't put money down. $3.
Hey Bob, remember when you traded me Bills defense for $3 fat?
How many points did they put up that week?
Against him? I think it was like 30.
Yes. That's a lot of points.
All right, we'll let Bob start us out with Teabag.
Is it Badgent? Is it Bagent?
I don't know. We're calling him Teabag.
Teabag.
I don't even know what this guy looks like. I could see this guy in my house, and I would just think he was here to like deliver a package.
He might.
Anyway, what's your number for Teabag?
So here's the debate, right? Is like, do you put $22 on him just to fuck with Bob? The answer for me is no. But I'm gonna go $0. No one should put money on him. $0.
I'm just hang on. I know it's a bit. We're just gonna look at how Teabag performed last week, playing half of the game. 10 for 14, 83 yards, an interception. Got 4 yards rushing, was sacked once, and had a lost fumble. I didn't lock a team for bidding on the Raiders, but Bob, if you put $3 on Teabag, I might actually lock your lineup this weekend. It should be $0. There is no reason in the world that guy should be FAB, especially when, Kenny Pickett is still available, who's clearly breaking out this year and having an elite offensive season.
So here, just to put this Tyson Badgett thing in the frame, right? He scored a touchdown, rushing, 6-point touchdown. He had 5.72 points.
I didn't even notice that he scored a touchdown.
He scored a touchdown, and he still had less than 6 points.
Yeah, enjoy it, Bob. I think.
Yeah, have fun. Please start him. That would. Tyson Badgett looks like the kid who had too much detention in high school. He was like just the generic kid who was in detention.
Yeah, that was rough. Anyway, I think that's enough Tyson Badgett talk for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
We're gonna leave it at that. I think that is all for our segments. Any closing thoughts here before we head out?
It's great to just be in elite company this week. Thank you for doing this podcast with me.
We went this went by quicker. We're under an hour. We get to talk shit on all the other teams because nobody can say anything. You're top of the standings. I'm top of the points. I mean, God forbid you be watching this stream and be, in 6th place with under 530 points on the season. Be a rough spot to be. But anyway, it's been a pleasure. The Dad Pod was a success. We'll both be able to get to bed at a reasonable hour.
Love that.
And yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm probably peaking too soon again, but KLK is going to be a ton of fun this year. And hopefully I actually see you in the finals this year.
Yeah, I just hope I don't get you in the first round of the playoffs. I just need to finish in the first place of the standings or second.
Well, no, I'm going to beat you and you'll finish in second and I'll win.
No, have you seen when you play me?
Oh, is it without the Bills and everybody?
It's Lions and Jaguars bye week.
Hey, it's only 4 of my starters. I'll be
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah. So
I got
I
Zay
have
Flowers.
no one on bye.
I got Rashee Rice. I'm good.
Okay.
All right. We'll leave it with a note from Bob. And on that, good night.
Good night.
I hope we were good stewards of the Matrix pod tonight, and we will see you guys next week. Peace.